Hello, what's up guys? So today I'm going to be walking through some R6 Siege tutorials. So I'll put the steps in the chat right now. Those are the 5 steps that I will be covering in this. I'm going to keep the light on, it looks better. Those are the 5 steps I'll be covering, but if you do have any questions, feel free to ask them. I will answer them to the best of my abilities. So the first step is sensitivity and graphics. So I will just jump in a custom game mode real quick, and I'll walk through that. And so actually these are the steps I'll be going through right here. So we have, we have sensitivity graphic settings, which it says 10-30 minutes. It's probably going to be like 5 to 10 minutes. And basic attacking, defending exclamations, really 5 to 10 minutes. Crouching versus running and 1 to ADS and leaning will take 30 minutes total probably. And then operator overview, which should be a long period of time. So anyways, let's go ahead and get started. I don't really care what I have. For right now, I'm just doing the sensitivity and stuff.
Insertion in 10 seconds.
So let's go ahead and change back to the scene here. Alright, so my recommendation for setting up your sensitivity is what you want to do is just spin in a circle. If you can just time it to where you're spinning perfectly every time in one swift movement, and you're not like overspinning like that, like I just spun 1.5 times, or you're not like underspinning. As long as you just time your spins perfectly, I would say that's a pretty good horizontal sensitivity. Vertical, as long as you don't go too high, don't go too low, that's probably the best settings for your vertical. If you're like constantly you're like, say there's an enemy up top, right? If you're aiming at the door, you hear the window break. If you can't look up like this, if you're going like way up high or way down low, lower your vertical sensitivity. For ADS, I would highly recommend, basically, so there's 2 obstacles here. I got each car, just stand and just flick to each one. So for ADS sensitivity, this is what you want to do. If you can time this perfectly each time, and you're not overshooting it like that, you're not undershooting it, you just go into each one perfectly, and go ahead and shoot. That's how you want to set your ADS. You don't want to, you can look around if you want to like be able, if you want to. I don't have it set like this. If you want 180 every time like this, you can. I don't recommend that. I recommend just setting 2 objects, and you can distance them apart. So this car and that car, just like that, just back and forth, back and forth. So that's how I would set your ADS. And so if I actually go into my settings, right, I've got, so these are the graphic settings, by the way. I would highly recommend. You can go medium if you want to, if you have a better PC than I do, which I have a 1060 down here. You can go to high. I would highly recommend keeping this on 16x. LOD quality, I would have on high. If you can, I would go up to ultra. Or if you can't, you can drop it down medium. Low shading quality, you can also drop this to low. It's not really necessary. I just have some shadows there rather than having none. But if your computer can't run shadows, go ahead and drop that low. And then just have low reflections and off for the rest of this. For field of view, by the way, I would highly recommend having at least 75, maybe even 80 field of view. Just know that as you increase it, the heavier it'll put on, like heavier load it'll put on your PC. So around 80 to 85 is usually the norm. For your controls, these are my settings. I do not recommend using these. These are for me. This is how I play the game. So this is where you can experiment. If 14, say for me, was not enough, not too much, you just mess around with that. But other than that, that's it for settings. Okay, last step, gadget and drone deployments. So like, if you have it on basic, let's change it back to default. So if I have it on standard for both of these, right, my drone, it will automatically put me in my cam. I didn't push any buttons. It automatically puts me in the cam. My gadget, it automatically puts it away. right? So if I can't deploy it, say this is not breakable, you can't go through this, it automatically puts it away. Now the difference is if I'm using advance for both, right? Pick my drone back up. I can throw my drone, but I don't go into the cam, right? And I can hold my gadget, right, without it automatically putting it away. So that's just the differences. I highly recommend having those two advanced. It takes some time getting used to, but it will greatly help your gameplay in the end. So the next step is basic attacking and defending explanations. So basically, I mean, if you're attacking, obviously, like I'm only going to explain bomb. I'm not going to explain security or hostage. Just bomb for now. Bomb's the most important one. It's the most played objective. So attacking, you obviously gotta get in the objective, which I'm not sure where is. It's random on this map for now, since I'm not playing against anybody. But you want to get to the objective and you gotta plant the bomb. It's coming. There's the bomb. Okay. The PowerPoint is actually at the end of the video. It's the last step. So if you type in the chat !point steps, you will see all the steps. So operator overview is that PowerPoint. But I'm just going over sensitivities, and right now I'm actually doing basic attacking defending. So when you're attacking defending, this room is one of the most popular rooms on Oregon. I would highly recommend, so you push down these stairs, right? You can either open that hatch. I would highly recommend opening up this hatch, as that allows like a look into the room. I would highly recommend hopping on this, and then you can face backwards or whichever way, and you can plant right here. Now if you have a glass or I'm Ying, but I don't have the smokes. If you have smoke nades, you can smoke this entire area, and you come over here and you plant. Basically, when you're playing bombs, you want to plant them in hard to place, like hard to reach areas. So rather than playing it like right in the middle of the room, right? You plant it in a corner. That way, it's easier for you to defend it. So I have to watch this rather than opening up my whole body and watching the middle of the room. So that's what mostly when you're attacking on bomb and you have the diffuser, you want to plant in corners or just in general like hard to reach areas. So I think like if I planted right here, right, they have to come all the way around just to this one spot. Now there's not really a good angle to watch it from here. It's not a good angle to watch it from here, but just like in general, just putting it in hard to reach places is the best recommendation. Now when you're defending bombs different. You want to have rotate holes generally on every single map in between the bombs. So this is a common rotate hole for this bomb site as a defender. I'm not playing defense right now, obviously, but not to show. This is a common rotate hole. So normally defenders will reinforce this wall and then open this one up, and then they place a Mira so they can like look through the mirror and then peek. So I wish I was blocked right now, but it worked. So I would recommend first step as a defender on bombs is to open up a rotate hole. Usually it's hard to access or hard to see for attackers. That way you're not stuck in one room. You can just commonly just hop in and out of the bombs. Let's see. Other defending. Okay, if you're a roamer, if you're roaming on defense, right, and it's bomb. So in casual, I think it's 4-minute rounds, 4 or 5-minute rounds. I can't remember, it's long. But so I'm above the room. Most players will break through this door coming in to get the hatch, right? So if you want to sit up here, you can lay down. This is a decent angle on this door. You can watch this door because they can spawn outside over there. So this is one decent angle. Now say you want to hold a meeting room. Meeting room is this room over here. There's one really nice angle stab that you're gonna like, right? So you come up here, you lay down, and you just look through this crack. Yep, that's about it. This is a pixel peek. It is pretty damn useful. You can also kind of do it like right here on the ladder, right? They drop ladder. This is one of the best angles in the fucking game, honestly. Because on the other side, right, say I'm attacking, right, I come in the room, right, I'm looking, you don't see anything, right? I mean you have to look really hard to see. That's where I was at, right here. So So that's one nice angle. Now an attacking angle, I only have 40 seconds left, but the best attacking angle on this map is right here. So the best thing about this, right, other than you're open, you're exposed to that door, but you can just spray through here, and from defense, this is how it looks, right? Yeah. So this is me trying to hold this down, and I'm really close if you haven't noticed. So that's a really dirty angle. You don't, especially because there's a bomb site in this room too. So that's basic attacking, defending operations for this map. I'll go ahead and switch to a different map and start walking through that one as well. If y'all have any questions, go ahead and ask, because I'll answer them best I can. Actually, let me show you some more angles on this map with use Buck to open up stuff. That's not Buck. There we go.
We need to locate a bomb. 10 seconds to insertion.
And yes, you can get your drone up here if you need to. That's one little shortcut. You can jump through there. There you go.
Locate and defuse a bomb.
So, oh yeah, barricades. I forgot. I was going to go over barricades. So, a tip for breaking barricades: do not put breach charges. Do not, if you're Thermite, for the love of God, do not put your Thermite charge on there. You can, one option, like you can just, like, so for example, so one option for barricades, you can shoot them out. That's one option. Your other option, right? Now on doors, if you hit, I believe, so this is the first layer with the yellow. You hit the right here, you hit that piece. You see the vault option right there? You vault through, right? One punch, vault. Your other options, if you're in a hurry, you punch twice, make it a big enough hole, and you can vault through. So those are my recommendations for going through barricades. If you want to see it again, right? So first layer of yellow, second layer, punch it. I got unlucky there. Usually this one breaks. You punch it again, and you vault. So open up the hatch. So one angle, say if they're downstairs, right, underneath that hatch, you can open this up and look down these stairs, right? So say if they have a castle, you can go above. Another thing is you come up here. This room is called master bedroom. It's also you know, out here on the balcony. You open this up. Now it's hard to do. You see this little table right there? You want to take your grenade as buck or sledge, just throw it, and it'll bounce. And I held that too long, but what it will do, it will bounce off this table and we'll go through a hole that's Mira will probably make right here, because they usually play with the Mira. It'll bounce and go in and blow her up. That's the best counter to Mira. We'll lock on this site down. So I'm trying to think. Let me think of any other angles I know. Yes, not an angle as much, but if you're defending, so say we're holding upstairs, right? If I'm attacking, right, they're upstairs. This mattress right here, you can shoot through it. So look, I'll show you. No bullet holes or anything. Come here. Reload. And see, so you can shoot through this mattress. So say if you drone, you drone, you see a defender sitting right here, just go ahead and spray through that mattress, open it up, and you'll kill him. I think that's it for angles on this map. One other common angle is that meeting room. You come here, you lay down prone, and you might catch someone standing right around here. And this map again is called Oregon, if you forget. One angle, so say you're defending the bomb site, which is right here and upstairs, like right there. You can actually open this up and look out through that door. or you can do the same from below. See, kind of through it. One angle that Sav mentioned to me earlier is you come over here, and I think, yeah, you can lay prone on this generator. That's one angle. So that's pretty useful. Trying to think. Oh yeah, so it's attacking also. So say you open the hatch, you also want to open this wall up, right? Just the bottom part, and that way you can look into this corner over here. This corner is usually camped by at least one, maybe even two players. So you always want to open this up, and just so you can get a look. And that's also where the rotate hole is, right? So the rotate hole is always right here. Tips where. So if you're attacking this bomb site, open that hatch up, open this bottom half wall, and you can actually catch people rotating in and out. Alright, so that's it for that map. Let me know, let's do when to crouch versus when to run. I should be telling this. So when you want to crouch versus when you want to run, I recommend, unless you're really trying to sneak around the map, go ahead and just run. Yeah, you know, the enemy's going to hear your footsteps, but if you keep your reactions, you know, clean, you'll be able to get to them. So I break in, right? Let's say they're upstairs, for example. This is going to be an example. They're upstairs. There might be one roamer around here. Hopefully you know, you can always drone it out if you want to. You can always drone. But say I cleared it. I drone, there's nobody here. Go ahead and run up these stairs. There's no point in crouching, walking, whatever. Now, okay, so I'm up the stairs, right? They're going to be in this room. They could be in that room. Whenever you're entering a new room, you want to go ahead and hold an angle, ADS. You want to hold down sights. Just. Oh, also the tip for leaning, when you're if you're pushing left, go ahead and lean left. If you're going to push right, lean right. That way you're holding the best angle, right? So if I'm pushing left and I'm leaning right, look how much less I'm seeing. So like, right? I'm not seeing nearly. I see the picture frame. Don't see the picture frame. See the picture frame. See what I'm saying? So lean left if you're going left. Lean right if you're going right. So as you're entering a new room, go ahead and ADS. Scan it. If you don't see anybody, go ahead and push in. You don't have to ADS anymore. You can crouch or you can run. Either up to you. Say if you know they're in an install, you can go ahead and crouch. As you peek, go ahead and change how you're standing. So if I'm crouched, I know there's a guy in the hallway, stand up. Because he's going to see your head, right? He sees my head right here. He's going to start pulling his sight down. He's going to aim for that head. You stand up, you fuck him up, right? Check it. Okay, so let's see. I'm trying to think of angles on this map. A lot of angles on this map, which is this map's called Consulate, are through desks actually. So yeah, the desks in this map alone are some of the best. You can just punch it once, and I mean, yeah, I mean you can see it, but if I'm at the end of this hallway, I'm peeking. Like I see it, but it's not the most obvious thing in the room. So dropping down. If they're in the garage, which is the most common spot on this map to defend, they're in the garage as Buck or as Sledge or anybody with recharges. You go next to the piano and open it up. This is the garage. This is where you know, if Bandit might be here, which I'll explain Bandit tricking and the operator overview part. But Bandit could be here, so you just gotta watch out for that. This is the most common spot to hide on this map when you're defending garage, is behind the white van. So anything around this piano, you want to open it up. So you just open that up and you can look into there. Another angle is again through a desk. You lay down. For the purposes of being quick, you open that up. You lean, front door. My favorite angle for defending the bomb site, which is right there and over here by piano, is you open this wall up. And I'm going to show you. And you just hold that really tight angle right there. As a defender, this is what you want to do on this bomb. You just hold that really tight angle. If you see somebody and you don't feel like you can shoot him, go ahead and move out and then shoot. So that's one recommendation about defending, by the way. You want to hold really tight angles if you're anchoring, right? So hold tight angles, and if you can't shoot the guy, it's fine. You'll see him probably before he sees you, and then you open up. You just go ahead and open up and you shoot him. Hoss doesn't like me, it's okay. So, as defenders, as anchors, you want to hold tight angles. You don't want to sit in the middle of the room. So say if I'm defending this room, if I'm just sitting right here, I'm available to that window, to this door. But if I'm, you know, holding a tight angle, right? Right, I'm holding a tight angle. That window, I mean, look, another tight angle. So you're switching between tight angles here. Yeah, I'm watching two windows. Back, you can't really get shot from the back. That wall is not destructible right here. So that's, you know, as defenders, as anchors, hold tight angles. Don't sit in the middle room, pick a corner, or just pick a decent hiding spot, not just, you know, crouch walking in the middle of a room. As roamers, you want to wait up top or below the room. You want to wait up top or below the room, and then wait. You know, I have 4 minutes left in the round. Let's say I wait 2 minutes. Defender or attacker's already inside. I'm up top above them. They haven't droned me. They don't know I'm there. That's when you go for the flank. So as attackers, you just want to drone. I mean, you start with your beginning drone, and then you have your second drone you can throw out. So I got Swan Peaks on this map, because this map is very popular for Swan Peaks. So by the way, there's one camera right here if you don't know. So front door, camera. So the spawn point is you spawn right, like, you know, right around here, right? This window, that window, the door, that window. That literally this whole side and the balcony especially, are very popular spawn points on this map. Like, you have to scan these every time. Around the other side, usually one of these two windows might be broken. Yeah, if they have a Valkyrie, she'll throw a cam out here, around here. So you just gotta watch out for those windows. And on this side used to be spawn peak, but not as popular anymore. But if they are spawn peaking, it's going to be that door and that window. Very rarely will you catch somebody spawn peeking the bathroom window up there, nor these two. So that's about it for spawn peaks for this map. I mean, they don't really do them over here anymore. Looking hostile. Oh yeah, another dirty angle on this map. So you actually do this from outside. You go prone here and you look through the drone hole. Yep, there's a corner right here. People camp here all the time, and you just spray them to this drone hole. So they're on garage actually this time. That's actually kind of perfect. So if you're defending garage, the enemy's going to have to come through garage door, the hatch above, or yellow stairs, right? I mean, they can come through the hallways, but they'd probably just go to A instead. So for B, on garage, on consulate, you actually hop on this box up here and look into the yellow stairs. It's one angle right there. You can drop down a little bit, break these windows, and you look into the garage, right? So if they open this up, you can just, you know, hold that angle. Let's see. Usually, if you're playing with a Mira, if you don't know what Miras do, I'll explain that, you know, later. But you reinforce this wall or that one of the two walls and open up the other one. And also, you want to have a rotate here. You can go through. This is a good rotate spot. You know, rotate over there as well. Let's see. Too much knowledge. It's I mean, you always go back and watch a VOD if you need to. Oh yeah, I forgot. So defending, there's no bomb site in this room, but there is a secure objective and maybe a hostage, I believe. Usually around that area. If you so you want to ball, right? And if you can, let's see if I can get this first try. Yep, there you go. So you run, you spam your spacebar, and you can jump up on this, and then I mean you can spray it with the gun, you can throw an impact nade, nitro cell, whatever you want to do. You can actually look into these windows here. So it's a decent angle. It's not the best, but it's somewhat there. If you can open that up, moves to the corner. You just watch the hallway really. So that's one angle. You might, no, I think you can. No. So that's that. Oh, front door. So below me, Visa office is a very popular like entry spot into this building. So if you open this up right here, which, you know, corner, you can watch the door, right? Another spot is you can open this up, you can watch into the hall, you can watch the bottom of the stairs. I think that's about it. As a defender, if you're guarding this room here, which is a bomb site, you open it up this. There's another bomb usually right here, so you got a bomb here and there. You open this up as a rotate hole. Again, make sure you have a rotate hole for every bomb site. And then you want to reinforce those walls. They can, however, open up above. So the reinforcements, let me see if I can do this. The reinforcements, you see that wooden bar? That's where the reinforcements stop, right? So they reinforce all the way up to here. The defenders can open this up just like I did. They can look into from skylight into there. So as long as you're like right about here, like the edge of the papers and back, they can't shoot you, right? So you can't really see that well. They might see your feet, but you can back up. Or if you're up against the wall. So that's one popular hiding spot on this map. Just sell this. So that's it for that map. Oh yeah, one trick with leaning, right? So say this is I'm trying to think of a good spot. Let's go over here. So say I know there's somebody entering through this door, right? You can lean left. No, that's kind of a hard position to do it. So, right, lean left. They don't see you. Now you don't have to press Q again. So like left is for Q for lean left. You hit straight E and lean, so like that. And I would recommend just practicing doing stuff like this, like you're not aimed at ADS. Just get used to quick leaning. This is what that's called. Just so I go from not being seen, just like that. So that's quick leaning. That helps out a lot. So remember, if you're pushing left, you want to generally lean left, most scenarios. And if you're pushing right, you want to lean right. Now there's two versions of leaning, like peeking, I guess, like when you're leaning. So you can just straight up, just hand off key or hand just on D, and just quick lean or quick move. Another tip that I have, if you want to go slowly, say if you want to peek really slow around the corner, there's actually a walk button. You can look in your settings. I'll go ahead and show you that. So you can controls and then walk. Mine's set to control, but it's usually default on alt. So you use your left alt button or whatever your walk button is, and you can actually walk peek. So it's slower, right? So if I want to go around this corner and go slower versus this, right? See the difference? Right? So that's one thing you do. So you always, like, imagine leaning, like carrying, if you've ever seen football or know what football is, if a running back is running generally on the right side of the field, he has the ball in his right hand. If he's running on the left side of the field, he has the ball in his left hand. So think of that like leaning. If you're going right, you have the ball, or you're leaning right. If you're going left, you're leaning left. You're not, you know, doing this shit. This shit is just going to kill you because he's going to see you before you can see him. See the difference? I can't see the door. He can see me. I'm clearly visible. Go the other way, you can see him. So let's see. Alright, so the PowerPoint, Kesley, this is what you asked for. It is right there. There you go. There's that PowerPoint. Let's go ahead and just, you know, full screen this shit. So, yes, I made a PowerPoint slide. So, this is for defenders, right? Stop. Alright, so Mute. He has 4 charges. They're, it actually did work. Okay, look at that. So it has 4 charges. You can place them against castle windows or doors, and you can place them against reinforced walls, and they prevent people like Thermite and Habana from coming through. I would do it subscribers only, but I only have 9 subs, Kesley. I recommend for his gun, I recommend having the MP5K. Pistol, it's up to you, honestly. The pistol's, the only difference between a pistol is the amount of ammo it has and the damage it does, so you can look at that in the stats on Siege. But recommend the MP5K with the muzzle attachment, and I recommend you holding the nitro cell. For smoke, he has 3 smokes, which are really good for preventing plants.
Okay, it's happening. Everybody stay calm.
Thank you for the sub, Kesley. Yeah, 10 subs. He has 3 smokes that are perfect for preventing plants, but you don't want to use them early in the round. You want to use them later on, because if you use them early on, then they can just wait it out. They can like, you know, wait a minute if they want to, and then push it. So you want to wait to use your smokes if you're gonna play smoke until near the end. Recommended guns. I recommend his M59 shotgun. And that shotgun's mainly for opening up walls, but I mean, you can kill people with this too, it's not bad. And then use the SMG-11 as your backup. No hype command because I haven't made one, man. SMG-11, use extended barrel on the vert grip. And then, honestly, smoke, you can use impacts, but you can also use that shotgun to create a rotate hole, so you could also carry barbed wire, so it's up to you. Thanks for the sub, Baker. And then for Bandit, you got 3 Bandit charges as Bandit. He's very, very similar to Mute, but basically when you put him against the reinforced walls, instead of just blocking the attacker like Thermite or Habana from using, it actually destroys their charge. And so I recommend using MP7 with the muzzle. And then usually I carry barbed wire as Bandit. You can use nitro, but I usually recommend barbed wire. So the pro tip, which is called the Bandit trick. You sit next to a wall with the Bandit charge in hand, and then listen for a Thermite or Habana charges and place it down. So I'll go ahead, I'll walk you through that. So let's go back to my R16. Alright, so let's show you what Bandit tricking is. I'll show you Bandit tricking, and I'll just show you some angles on this map as well. So Bandit tricking is when you want to reinforce 2 sets of walls like this. Right? I wouldn't recommend doing it here. This is for the example. So Bandit tricking, right, is you place 1 charge down, and then so the attacker, right, will come in, for example, they'll come in, they'll see 1 Bandit charge, but they won't see 1 here. So Thermite, you know, playing as a Thermite or Habana, you'll place your charge right here. You want to listen for it. Listening is very important for Bandit tricking. It is the most key thing for doing it. You listen for them to plant their charge. You have your Bandit charge ready, and as they do it, you place yours down. And what that will do is it'll blow up their charge. Now say they have a Thatcher. Thatcher which I'll show you in the PowerPoint. He has an EMP grenade, which will destroy these charges. So as soon as you place it down and you get the points for it blowing up, you want to pick it right back up. Now, before you get this one, right? So that gets destroyed. So you place another one down. Right? And then you just wait again. He'll try his charge. You just place it down. You blow up his charge and pick it right back up. And that's bandit tricking. One quick angle I'll show you on this map for defending is so a popular spot is they jump into this window. And so if you want to defend this, you come here, you go prone, and you look in this crack. That is a really solid angle to hold. You just tap that. And so looking at it from an attacker point of view, right? I mean, that's what I'm looking at right here. This little crack. That's really hard to see, really hard to shoot through. Right? See? That's where I was at right there. I'm trying to think. So, no, another good angle. So, this map is like 2 buildings with a bridge in the middle, right? And so, a lot of attackers will go on this rooftop around here, right? So, what you want to do is you want to hop up on this desk, which is, you know, here's a little picture for you. You hit the top part of the window, whoops, right? And you can look into this bridge. So those are those 2 angles. I'm trying to think if I know any more around here. That's also bandit tricking, so you know what bandit tricking is. I think that's about all the angles that I would recommend using. I mean, you always like, you know, I don't think that doesn't move. But you know, just hold really tight angles all the time. So that's bandit tricking. Which go back to the PowerPoint. There we go. All right, so he actually has 4 bandit charges. So I messed up. 4 charges. MP7 muzzle, barbed wire, and there was the exclamation. Now Jaeger has ADSs that he can place on the ground, on walls, and they blow up like grenades or fuse charges or fuse nades. It's best if you put them in hard to shoot places. So if you're just putting up, so don't put them up in barricades. I wouldn't recommend putting up on like non-reinforced walls or even reinforced walls. If we have a bandit will blow these up if they're placed on a reinforced wall. So you want to place them in like corners near windows or corners near doors, or like really high up on like a non-destructible wall. And so that way it'll prevent people from just throwing in grenades or flashbangs, stun grenades, all that kind of stuff. I recommend pretty much you have to use this gun, the 416C carbine. His other gun is a shotgun, so unless you're going to play really close range, I recommend using that gun with the comp and a vert grip, and then carry barbed wire as Jaeger. Castle, I don't play a lot of Castle personally, but you can place the barricades around. They go down walls or not walls, sorry, doors or windows, and make sure if you do play Castle, do not trap in the objective. So say you have 2 doors that go into the objective, and that's the only way in, only way out. You do not want to place one in each, because then if the attackers get in the room and kill everybody in the room, anybody outside the room trying to get back in is basically screwed. So if you're playing Castle, number 1 pro beginner tip is do not trap up the objective completely. And I would use a Zump with a flash and angled and impacts. For Pulse, I would not recommend Pulse if you're a beginner, because he's a very high strat player. But basically, he has a heartbeat sensor. It can scan heartbeats through the walls. So I recommend as a strat is you go below wherever your objective is, wherever they're going to be pushing in. You scan for heartbeats, and when you see someone standing still or not moving a lot, you throw your nitro cell, which is what I recommend to carry with them, onto the floor, and then you blow it up, and you blow them up from underneath. A popular player that does this, if you want to look him up on Twitch or on YouTube, his name is Macy J. He does this strat all the time. And for Pulse, same thing as Castle, but uses muzzle and an angle grip. Whoops, I did not mean to push that button. Alright, for Doc, what the fuck? Okay, I'm just gonna keep it like this, if you don't mind. For Doc, his ability is to heal both yourself and teammates, and I would recommend doing it when below 60 health or when you're last alive and you want to pump yourself up. Doc can actually overheal himself or others, so I think it's up to 140 if I'm not mistaken. So say you're 100 health, you stim yourself, you go up even above 100, although it will slowly count down back to 100 again. Recommend gun, use his MP5. He does have a P90, he does have a shotgun. Use his MP5, ACOG, flashlight, or vert grip. It is really, really, really strong. And then use barbed wire for Doc. For Rook, he's the most simple operator. If you're very new to the game, use Rook. You basically place armor down, and the armor is allows you to get shot in the chest and legs a lot more. And place it at the very beginning. Literally, the first thing you should do is place armor down as Rook. Same thing as Doc. Use the MP5, ACOG, flashlight, or vert grip, and then carry impacts as your gadget. Capcan, he has 5 traps that can be placed on windows and doors. They are invisible. Like they used to have a laser that went across. Now they're just invisible, so the people will usually just run right into them. I recommend placing like at least 1 or 2 into the entrances into the objective, and then place the others around the map, trying to catch people off guard. Recommended gun uses 9x19 VSN with the consider and vert grip, and then use barbed wire. Shashanka, he's the god of everything. Turret mows down army after army, but be careful from behind. His turret does not rotate 180 or 360, it only does 180. For his main gun, uses 9x19 VSN, same thing as Capcan, consider vert grip, and barbed wire. Tachanka is the troll operator, and Llama uses him all the time. I would not recommend playing Tachanka personally speaking. Frost, Sav's character, place down traps below windows or dark corners to trap and disable enemies. Recommended gun, use her 9mm C1 with a flashlight vert grip, and then use barbed wire. For Frost, if you can, you want to make sure if you're placing down the frost traps, don't let the drones that are in the beginning phase see you. So if you even want to wait to place down, like 2 frost traps, so only place down 1, let their drone phase go, and then place down your other 2 so they don't know where they are. It helps out a lot. I tend to get more people on those traps if I do that. Valkyrie, she has 3 cams that can rotate like completely all the way around if you throw them right. She can throw them around the map. I always, as playing Valkyrie, try to have one near the objective or in objective that watches it. So say if you're playing bomb and it's a 1v1 at the end, if you have teammates that are watching those cams, they can call him out where he is in objective. So you want to have one in objective, and I would recommend putting on one Val cam outside. So say if they're rappelling outside and you have your cam watching them, if you catch them just on their drone rappelling, or if they're just aiming down, you can run outside and shoot them and run back in. That's for Valkyrie. She's a little bit hard to use as well, so I would not recommend her if you're brand new to the game. But use her MPX with the flasher, vert grip, and nitro. By the way, if you're saying I'm not putting a sight, the 3 sights are reflexes, which are the little triangles, circle, red dots, or holographics, which are the circle with the dot in the middle. Those are up to you, personally speaking. I use a reflex mostly. You might use a holo like on Valkyrie, but for you to experiment. It's whatever you have, whatever your favorite is. For Cav, she's another really hard character to get the hang of, because her ability is she can down people with her pistol and then interrogate them, revealing the locations of all the other players on the enemy team around the map for 7 seconds. And so her ability is you click it, you go into silent step mode, which is where you can run around really quietly. It's like dead silence in Call of Duty. And her ability is actually immune to Jackal while it's active. So Jackal traces footsteps, which I'll go down below, but while it's active, I think he can see the footsteps, but he can't track her, or he doesn't see the footsteps at all. I can't remember. And then for her, use M12 with the suppressor, and then impacts are a must, because as Cav, you're going to be rotating around the map, so you want to be able to open up holes to rotate through different rooms. Echo, another non-beginner. I would not use him as a beginner, but he's best. He's one of the best operators for playing bomb, because he can use his drones that go invisible when they're attached to ceilings to like shock them and prevent them from planning. So I'd highly recommend using Echo for bomb if you got experience in the game. He also, one of his little side abilities is he does not receive phone calls from Dokuri, which is very useful. Recommended gun, uses MP5 SD, is comes silence. There's no way to take that off. And then use the ACOG and the vert grip. For his secondary, I would recommend using the bearing line over the pistol with the compensator on that, because it helps really well in close range when his MP5 is not a great close range weapon. And then for him, I recommend using a shield so you can hide behind it while you're on your Echo drones. Mira, the most played op in Pro League. She is one of the best ops for the bomb game mode. Basically, she has a one-way mirror she can place on a wall. Why does it say use? Oh, this is from Echo. I didn't change this one. That's my bad. So let's just delete that. She is one of the best for bomb mode. But basically, her ability, she places one-way mirrors on the walls. There's an air canister below it that can blow it up. Or not blow it up. You shoot the air canister and it drops the mirror. So then it becomes just like a hole. And so she's really useful because you can reinforce a wall, place a mirror on it, leave the next wall not reinforced, and you use the mirror and then you peek through the wall, which I'll go ahead and walk through that as well real quick. So as Mira, you want to reinforce one wall.
10 seconds left.
You want to place your mirror on it.
Increase surveillance on bomb.
Right, and you leave this wall and not reinforce. So this way you can see enemies, they cannot see you. And so say if someone's like, right around here, you aim down and you just line up your shots with the mirror here, right? Now one little tip for Mira is you go on this side, so you place your mirror down, use a shotgun to shoot around the actual mirror itself. And what this does is it allows you to see a little bit better. You can see a little bit more of the ceiling, you can see a little bit more left and right. Another tip, next to the reinforcement, open it up high. Right, so say this isn't open, this is still like, normal. Open it up high. And so say if you see a guy, say it's like a shield or just, multiple enemies, you take your nitro cell that you're holding, throw it over, and then blow it up. And that's a really good way to just abuse a mirror. And so say I never personally open them up, but if you need to, you shoot the little canister, it drops it down, and now you can shoot like normal. One thing about mirrors though is so place this one down. You have two mirrors as a mirror. Is if they have a twitch drone, this twitch drone can come and shock the mirror canister right here, which will drop it down. So you just gotta make sure if they have a twitch, make sure you get her drones before they pump it down, or else it ruins the whole mirror trick. So that's it for that. Alright, so I would recommend using the Vector 45 ACP with the muzzle vert grip. Use her shotgun, the ITA 12S, which is really good for opening walls like I showed you there. And then use her nitro cell. So next is Legion. Legion traps are invisible poison traps you can place anywhere around the map. They regenerate every 45 seconds, I think, 30 to 45 seconds. And you can get a max of 8. And so you want to place traps near entry points if you're roaming. So like entry points into the actual building itself, not the objective of the building. So say if I'm on one corner of the building and there's a door there, I want to place it at the door. If they walk in, I can peek from around the corner I'm hiding and shoot them. And they won't be expecting it because I'm roaming. I'm nowhere near objective. Otherwise, if you are on objective, you want to place it near those entrances to prevent them from coming in. Recommended guns, use a T5 SMG. Pistol doesn't really matter, it's up to you. Use a compensator on that, and then with the impact nades for rotations. Ella, she's a heavy roamer. I've never seen Ella that doesn't roam. She has Grismot mines, which or Grismots that you throw them and they like have this effect that makes your screen all wobbly and shit. And so they're best if they're not used on entrances near objectives because they do affect your teammates. So if an enemy walks into it and your teammate's also nearby, it will affect both your teammate and the enemy. So you want to make sure they're not on objective at all. She's best at roaming and using them like metal detectors. So what that means is if I place one down near like a hallway and it goes off, it's like a metal detector. It's like, oh, there's a guy right there, so I can push it from where I'm at and go and kill him. So that's how I would use her Grismots. Guns, use her Scorpion with a comp and with the vert grip, and then use barbed wire. Vigil. So Vigil's ability is he hides from cams, so he's literally invisible to cams while his ability is active, which lasts like pretty long. It's like a minute or something like that. But honestly, his ability is not the thing I like about him. His gun is where all the fun is. His gun, the K1A, does not have a lot of kickback at all. It's very easy to control, especially if you have a comp and angled grip on it. You can also put the vert grip. I would recommend having it angled though. And then for his secondary, use a C75 auto. It's just an easier SMG to control as a secondary, and use impacts. So Vigil, when to use his ability, I would recommend using his ability whenever you're trying to roam and not be seen. Now what will happen is they won't be able to see you, but there will be like a static effect on the bottom of the screen, so they'll know you're nearby. So it's not the best ability. That's why I recommend only using him if you're trying to really get some kills going. As Maestro, he's a newer op. He has 2 cameras that are indestructible if they're not destroyed while you're opening them, which you can open them to shoot lasers out like a ridiculous speed, and they do like 3 to 5 damage each time. But they can't be exploded by like ash grenade launchers or Zophias or grenades themselves. I think Sledge can hit it with a hammer even. So that's what. Just be careful with those placements of the cameras. His gun, I would recommend using his LMG as an Alda 5.56, ACOG comp vert, and then his secondary use a Bailiff 410. His pistol can actually open up holes in walls. It takes a little while, but it'll work. And use a shield so you can hide behind it while you're on your cameras. Alibi, she has 3 holograms that look exactly like the default skin Alibi. So if you're not using default skin, someone might be able to tell if they're higher skilled. That is not the same thing. But I recommend using at least one to fake a Swan Peak. So you break a window, you put your hologram there. They'll come running and they'll shoot it. If you're peeking from the left or the right and counter their shooting of the hologram, you can kill them. When they do shoot the hologram, it does ping them. So it's like Jackal's ping. It'll mark their location with like a little eyeball thing. So it also tells you where the enemies are if they do shoot their hologram. Gun, use a Storm. Very little kickback as well. Compensator vert grip. And then for a pistol, use a Kratos with a comp on it. And have impacts as well. For Clash, she is the newest operator, so I'm not even a pro with her yet. Recommend using her shield, or not recommend. You use her shield to shock and slow enemies down. Now, if they hit your shield, you'll move it and reveal half your body, so you have to be careful not to get too close. And it's best if you use with other teammates because you slow them down, you shock them, you get in their heads, and then your teammate peeks around you or something and finishes them off. And then recommend gun, it's a SPS MG9. It's a 2-shot burst weapon. It's default 2-shot burst. You cannot change it. And use that with a flash hider and then impact nades. Now for attackers, Sledge. Use his hammer to break walls, attaches, barricades, and last but not least, enemies. So if you want to sledge an enemy, you can. It's very risky. Guns, use an L85A2 with ACOG muzzle verts, SMG 11 flash hider verts, and grenades. Uses the L85 for long range fights. Use SMG for short range fights. Thatcher. So Thatcher is actually one of the most useful ops in the game. His EMPs destroy mute bandit charges, echo drones, Jaeger's ADSs if they're thrown next to them. Like, so if there's a Jaeger ADS and then a wall, right? And then after the EMP nade, it'll blow up the Jaeger ADS. They destroy Valkyrie cams and normal cams. They actually, other than ACOG, they will remove the reflex, red dot, or holo sights for a short period of time. They disable Alibi holograms and then destroy yellow mines. Same gun as Sledge, L8582. He has a pistol, so it really doesn't matter as a backup. ACOG, muzzle vert, and a Claymore. Let me show y'all something real quick about Claymores. Let's say I'm pushing upstairs, right? Let's say I'm in the hall here. You want to put them. That's not a Claymore. You want to put them like. You see how the laser? What? See how that laser? So if I'm running, right? So I'm looking up. I see the laser a little bit, but it's hard to see. And this will still kill me, right? You just need one laser. You don't need all three. You just need the one. So I would not recommend like putting Claymores. God damn it! Not recommend putting Claymores like this. That's not gonna do. I mean, it's like, see how I can shoot it. But if I'm coming up and place it like that, it's a lot harder to shoot now. I have to come all the way around just to here to shoot it, right? So it's just, that's a quick tip about Claymores. Alright, so Ash, she has a grenade launcher that can open up anything that isn't reinforced. And then she can destroy barbed wire on the ground, which is helpful if you're trying to run in somewhere. Use her R4C with ACOG, comp, vert grip, and then flashbangs. She's a really good starter op, by the way, if you want to try using her out as a starter beginner. Thermite, he's one of the most important ops in the game until Havana and Maverick came out. You use his charges to go through walls that are reinforced. Him, Havana, and Maverick are the only ops who can do so. For his guns, use a 5.56 XI, ACOG, muzzle, vert grip, and Claymores. Twitch, she has 2 Twitch drones that can destroy gadgets or shock people if you want to. She has 5 tasers for 5 shocks per drone, so 10 shocks total. I would recommend using these like the lasers on Captain traps, bandit charges, mute charges if you can. Just careful you don't get too close to the mute charge, because the mute charge is like a range of 6 meters, I believe. And then recommend gun use the F2 with ACOG, flashlight, vert grip, and then have breach charges. Monte has a shield that can extend and cover his whole 180-degree side. He's useful if you plant a bomb. He can actually block a door and block an enemy from coming through. So it's really useful for that. Monte's a really good player if you like to call out players. So you activate your shield the whole time, and you just ping where the players are, and you just help your teammates out. For his pistol, use a P9, use a muzzle, and then stun grenades. Glass has a sniper with thermal scope on it. You can use it to shoot enemies. Best if you pair it with the smokes that you can carry. You throw a smoke down, they don't see you, you can see right through the smoke with the thermal scope. Use this OTS-03 obviously with the suppressor on it and smoke grenades. I recommend the suppressor because it's just satisfying, let's be honest here. When you kill somebody with a headshot with the suppressor, it's just satisfying. Fuse, do not kill a hostage, please. So you shoot these cluster grenades through barricades, hatches, walls, and destructible floors by placing them on them. So you place it down, it shoots it through automatically afterwards, and it shoots I think 4 pellets that can blow up basically anything in that room. Recommended gun uses AK-12, flashlight or angle grip, and then breach charges. Do not use fuse on a hostage for the love of God. Blitz, he can rush enemies with the shield down. He basically stands up and runs at you, and if he's within 5 meters, he can blind you with his ability. Only if they are looking directly at you. Recommended gun uses P12 muzzle, breach charges. Blitz is one of the most stupid operators in the game. I hate him the most because he can run right at you, and then if you look at him, he blinds you. You're kind of screwed after that. IQ, not recommend her for beginners. She has a gadget that can see all electronics through the walls within I think 15 meters. She can also, she's paired with Dokubi, if you call them when they're turning them off, you can actually see them turning them off. And so, like, if you're using your ability, you can see the phones through the thing. I want to disagree with you on the piece. Yeah, I knew you would, Baker. Recommend gun, use the AUG A2 with the ACOG comp, and then breach charges. Buck, I walked through with Buck a lot, so you probably saw a lot of him. He has a shotgun attachment that can open up walls, floors, and hatches. It's also extremely useful for fighting at close range. It's like a shotgun. Recommend gun using use C8 SFW, ACOG flash hider, and use his grenades. Blackbeard, he is really strong operator. If you can afford him, I recommend getting him if you're new. He has 2 shields placed on the top of his gun, which will prevent him getting headshot at least once, depending on the gun he's being shot at with. Best if you're holding extremely tight angles, because it just makes it that much harder to shoot him. Recommend gun uses MK17 CQB. It's a assault rifle. It only has 20 rounds, so you do have to reload quite frequently. And then ACOG muzzle and angle grip recharges. Captal, he has a crossbow to fire smoke and fire arrows. His fire arrows are a great counter to Clash because you can fire them at her feet, and either she's gonna try to run away with the shield extended, or she's gonna put her shield like behind her and use her gun, which is when you can shoot her. Use this pair 308, the ACOG muzzle vert, and Claymores or Sun to work with Captal. It's up to you on that one. Habana, she's similar to Thermite, like I said before. She can open up reinforced walls, and she has 3 uses of her Habana charges, which like they open up about, I think, a third of what a Thermite does. So basically, using all 3 of them is like using 1 Thermite charge. That's not the right gun. What gun is it? Hold on real quick. So her Habana, you want to use what's it called? You want to use a Type 89. Right, that's the gun you want to use. And I'm sorry about these slides. I made them last night at 4 a.m. You want to use a comp in the vertical grip with the ACOG slide on that. So yeah, that's the pistols. The secondary actually is still right. Bearing 9 if you know how to use it. If not, just use a pistol and use stun grenades. Jackal, Sav's attacking operator most likely. His ability can trace footsteps and then ping enemies. So once he sees the footsteps, he can track them. It takes like 4 seconds, and then it pings them 5 times as they move around the map with like 6-second intervals. It's a meta if you pair it with Dopey or Lion, because it's like a combination of all the 3, like pinging them, scanning them, not letting them move, kind of thing. And you want to use a C7E with an ACOG muzzle vert. And then people use his shotgun, his secondary shotgun. I use his pistol so you can quick switch in quick scenarios and breach charges. Ying, she has 3 cluster flashes. Can blind a whole room, but also teammates, so you gotta be careful. She's best if you're rushing alone. You can actually, if you hold it and you place it against a barricade, it will actually like kind of like fuse. It will go through the barricade. Or you can hold it and then you throw it and it rolls into a room. So you can do it like that too. Recommended guns, T95 LSW, ACOG flash hider, vert grip, and then breach charges. Zofia, she's similar to Ash. She has a grenade launcher that can blow up on impact. She gets 2 uses as well. But she also has 3 concussion grenades, which can be switched by using, I think it's either B or N. Recommended gun. Her concussion grenades are very similar to Elamines or Rosemonts. Honestly, her guns, both of them are very strong guns. So if you're going to use M762, use the ACOG comp and wrangled. If you're going to use the LMGE, use the ACOG flash hider vert. And then use the Claymores. Dokkaebi, she can call enemies to distract them, which makes buzzing sounds and forces them to turn off their phones. It's great if it's paired with Jackal, Lion, or IQ. Recommended gun, the MK14 EBR is a sniper. So you want to have an ACOG suppressor vert grip on that, and then backup uses C75 auto. Similar, it's the same exact thing as Vigil, and then stun grenades. All right, the last 3 ops. We got Lion. His ability can ping outlines of the player if they are moving for a period of 3 seconds, and he can use that ability twice now. his guns, use a V308 ACOG flash avert, and use a Claymore. For Finka, it gives the team brief health increase and also reduces recoil for that brief period of time. It can be used if your enemy or your teammate is down, and you use your ability, it picks them back up and gives them like 20 or 25 health, or some amount of 5 health. Some amount of health that's low. Recommended gun, use a spear .308 with an ACOG flash avert, and for that's not right. I don't think it's right. But guys, I was really tired when I made these slides. So for secondary, use just a PMM pistol. And then I think she does have grenades. I think I got that one right. Yeah, she has frag grenades. So you want to use those grenades. The last operator, one of the newest operators with Clash, he has a blowtorch that can make holes in literally anything that's destructible. So hatches, walls, yeah, those sort of things you can reinforce. And it does it very quietly. So if there's not an enemy nearby, no one's gonna know you're making these holes. If you make a certain shape, you can actually allow enemies or teammates to vault through it, but it takes a while to make that shape, so you have to be careful you have time to do it. For his gun, a lot of people like his DMR. I recommend personally to use the M4 as a fully auto rifle. They call it flash avert, and then use the Claymore. So that's it for the ops. I don't really have many more tips. If you have any questions, go ahead and ask. If you want me to show off a certain op, I will walk through them. Other than that, guys, that's the basic beginner tutorial for Siege. I finished this a lot quicker than I thought it would take. But other than that, there's not much else I can show you. Oh yeah, I mean, so when you first get in the game, one thing I recommend doing is first go to your settings, go to options, and then go to matchmaking preferences. So under here you see Terrasant, game mode's Terrasant. You want to change all these off except for classic. And that way, so when you go in Terrasant, you want to do Lone Wolf if you're by yourself. And you go into whatever difficulty you want to. For the sake I'm doing normal. And which I would actually recommend doing normal. And basically what you want to do is you want to choose a 3-speed operator, which is Ash, Captal, IQ. Actually show you right here. So you can choose Ash, choose Hibana, Captal, IQ, I think, and Mavericks 3-speed. So choose one of these. I want to use Ash. And you just want to run through this as fast as you possibly can. This is a great way to warm up before games. So you just want to run through this as fast as you can, which is what I'm going to do right here. So I'm entering a new room, so you want to make sure you're aiming down sights. I didn't see anybody. There's another new room, aiming down sights. Kill that guy. Switch pistols, it's quicker. So you want to do that. Your reloads. So now I'm not really going to a new room, so I'm not going to ADS here. I'm just going to slow walk. I hear a guy above me. Kill him. Keep going slow. Now I'm going to a new room. ADS. Lean right because you're going right. I'm switching here because I'm most likely going to peek right here. Make sure. Now I'm opening up wide again, so lean right. Don't see anybody. Going to rush through this. I don't hear anybody either. So this is barricaded, so there's probably people here. Let's see if I can open up this over here. That's reinforced. So we're going to go and bash it once, bash it again. Look, see if you see anybody. Kill them. Fall through. Kill those guys. Right. So bottom floor is now clear, I believe. Yep. Check top floor. I'm entering a new room. Didn't see anybody though. ADS again. Changing my stances. I heard a door break. I'm not sure where that's at. So you just want to take it slow if you need to. That's a nice little angle that guy had. So I'm entering a new room. I don't see anybody, so I'm not gonna ADS. You can lean like this. I don't see anybody. I'm going peek now. Still don't see anybody. Room clear. I'm gonna go ADS. I'm gonna run around now. I thought I saw a guy. No, okay. So I'm gonna go to a new room. ADS again. Lean right. Nobody here. Run through. Crouch walk. Left. Change my stance because I'm peeking again. Change stance. I heard somebody. He aimed over my head just like he's supposed to. Trying to hit this barbed wire twice to get rid of it. See how I went from crouch? I killed one guy. The other guy came around the corner. I went back to standing up. I changed my stance. Threw him off. Go top floor now. I hear somebody on the left over here. I'm going to stun him. Push him hard. Behind me. As well in front.
3 hostiles remaining.
I hear people to my left as well. I'm gonna rotate out. Lean left because I'm going left. I saw a guy right here. Last guy. 2 bullets, that's all I need. And that's it. So that's how you run through a terrorist hunt as fast as you can on normal. Those Mira mirrors. So let's watch this clip that Sab posted here.
Look at his mirrors.
Oh God, why would you do that?
What are you gonna do?
So this is, how can I explain this? It's helpful because you can see stuff, but unless he has a rotate hole out of here, he's stuck in this closet.
Yeah, you're gonna break it. Then
See, so he's reinforced some stuff in. He's literally stuck in this closet. This is an awful thing to do.
they can shoot you.
Fast forward a little bit. So now he's getting sprayed through this door. What he should have done right here is open this up with that shotgun of his, right? Because right now he has 6 health and he's trapped in this fucking closet with no rotate hole. And that's why he died. So that's that clip explained. So yeah, I recommend doing terrorist hunts, twice or 3 times before you actually go into gameplay. I think that's it for the tutorials for basics. If there's a map that you want me to run through, I can do that real quick. But other than that, guys, I think that's it. So I hope you learned something today, and I hope your Siege gameplay gets better. Other than that, guys, thanks for watching. I'll catch you guys next time.